Chapter 2927 delves into the growing suspicions and intriguing dynamics among the characters as they grapple with the enigmatic presence of a woman resembling Carrie. The chapter begins with Cameron immediately identifying the mysterious woman as someone who looks and sounds like her sister Carrie. Despite this striking similarity, she quickly dismisses the possibility, recalling Carrie's recent visit to their villa to complain and ask for money, which Callum's mother provided in a manner that subtly mocked her financial desperation. Serenity is intrigued by Cameron's identification of the woman as Carrie. She acknowledges that the woman's body shape had seemed familiar during her visit to the store the previous day, further cementing her suspicion that it might indeed be Carrie in disguise. However, Cameron remains skeptical, citing Carrie's current lack of financial resources and her inability to hire a bodyguard who referred to her as Mrs. She argues that Carrie's arrogant nature would prevent her from adopting a disguise, as Carrie would typically confront them directly without any pretense. Serenity and Cameron's discussion highlights Carrie's downfall due to her arrogance, which ultimately allowed Cameron to reclaim her rightful place. Serenity, recalling her limited interactions with Carrie, concurs that Carrie's brash personality makes it unlikely for her to adopt such elaborate subterfuge. Jasmine, joining the conversation, suggests that Serenity ask her husband Zachary about Carrie's whereabouts since he had people monitoring her movements. The narrative shifts to the broader context of the matriarch Farrell's machinations. Matriarch Farrell had initially intended to use Carrie for her own schemes, but abandoned this plan after realizing it was too risky. Instead, she turned her attention to Liberty, who was emerging as a formidable competitor for Catherine's position as the head of the family. Matriarch Perel, understanding the limitations of her influence in Wilston, ultimately decided to retreat to her stronghold in Jensburg, acknowledging that her power was not as formidable as it once was. Serenity decides to consult Zachary that evening about Carrie's recent activities, hoping to confirm or dispel her suspicions. Reflecting on past events, she realizes that while Zachary never paid attention to other women, having a concrete suspect like Carrie makes the situation easier to handle. Jasmine interjects with a note of caution, reminding Serenity of instances where people with similar appearances but no relation have caused confusion. She recalls how Analia had once found a stand in for Zachary, whose resemblance for him created misunderstandings. This leads to a broader discussion about the phenomenon of lookalikes and body doubles, emphasizing that people with no familial ties can sometimes bear uncanny resemblances to one another. Jasmine's example of celebrity stand ins, who can often be indistinguishable from the stars they substitute for, further underscores this point. Cameron, though initially convinced of the woman's resemblance to Carrie, begins to doubt her initial assessment. She reasons that if it were indeed Carrie, her personality would have surfaced in their interactions, either through verbal aggression or a venomous glare. The absence of such behavior in the woman's demeanor strengthens Cameron's belief that the mysterious figure might not be her sister after all.